if you close your eyes.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of FIFA Battle. And as you can see, the top comment was to do Aguero and Sanchez, which is the FIFA Battle we're going to be doing today. But as always, you can vote. You can see the two choices in the corners. Make sure you do go and vote for which FIFA Battle you want to see in the next episode of FIFA Battle. But let's go into today's FIFA Battle with Aguero and Sanchez, two unbelievably talented strikers in this game. Aguero, one of my favourite strikers to use, so I'm really happy that I'm doing this FIFA battle as you guys selected. Currently going for 176k Aguero, that's very exact, but 176k, 98k for Sanchez. 4-star skills and a 4-star weak for Aguero, whereas 4-star skills and only a 3-star weak for Sanchez, which does benefit Aguero. Aguero does have better work rates as well. High medium for a striker is very good. High for a striker is really poor for Sanchez. It's the worst work rates you can have on a striker. Similar heights as well. Aguero's also got tries to beat, defensive line, flair and technical dribbler. The dribbler, acrobat and clinical finisher specialities, whereas Sanchez has flair, long shot taker, technical dribbler as his traits, and dribbler and acrobat as his specialities. You can see the cards as well. Aguero probably, in my opinion, has a slightly better card. Sanchez has decent physical, but I'd probably take Aguero's card, you know, a bit more pace, bit more shooting as well. And you know, those 4-star skills and that 4-star weak for also is very important. So Aguero for me is probably edging it here. And you can see the team we were using. It was a pretty nice team, you know, using Aguero and Sanchez up front and using that player of the month Lukaku off chem at cam. You know, when you've got a player that good, I don't really want to not play with him. And then Gundogan as midfielder with Henderson and Eriksen, Bellerin, Bailly, Otamendi, Alonso and Butland. So a pretty standard BPL team bar the front three. But a pretty nice team. It will do the job for this FIFA battle. And into the gameplay, and as always, to show you some of the teams that I do come up against when I do play my FIFA battles. And it was quite a fun FIFA battle to do with two pretty high rated strikers, pretty good strikers. But it was Aguero that really did dominate proceedings, as you'll see. You know, nice little run here from Sanchez to get him behind. And this was to begin with. I've done a lot of FIFA battles this year with Sanchez. And when he started doing things like that, you know, it sounds like simple, but with his high work rates, Sanchez, sometimes he can drop a bit too far deep into the midfield. Really nice back heel there from Sanchez, and what a finish from Aguero first time. But with Sanchez, he does drop in really deep, obviously having the high work rates. You want him to be in that sort of position there that Aguero scored, but you know, sometimes he's a little bit too deep. He tries to drop in with that high defensive work rate. He drops in a bit too deep, and it's really not good for a striker. And when he made that run early on, I was kind of pretty excited, because I thought maybe this will be a little bit different. But it didn't turn out to be any different. He still found himself in these positions. You know, good little skill move, passing it off to Henderson. I think that was Christian Eriksen there, cutting it back for Henderson, but Sanchez is nowhere to be seen. You can see he's right out at the edge of the box where Lukaku is as a cam. That's where Lukaku is supposed to be. He's playing at cam this game, and Sanchez was just never up front where I wanted him to be. You know, it was really disappointing. But that high defensive work rate is so important. You don't realise it, but it really does screw up his positioning. And you know, it just made it very easy for Aguero. Aguero was never really like super involved. He was just always there for, you can see here, he was getting involved, a little bit lucky with a couple of bounces, but what a finish. He was never like super involved in the build-up play or anything. He was just always there for the finish, and that's really what's most important. You know, he's in these sorts of positions where you want your striker to be, and cutting it back for Sanchez this time in the right position, where Sanchez is there and in the right position. He finishes it off so easily, but it's just he drops so far deep all the time. You can see him at the bottom of the screen here, edge of the box where he is. He's not even getting in the box there. Lukaku has to take the shot. Sanchez is nowhere to be seen. But this is what I wanted more of Sanchez, and he didn't really deliver, and it was a good FIFA battle for Aguero to take the win. But let's go and see how the stats were in the game. So we played the 5 games as always to get the FIFA battle completed. And you can see it was Aguero that did dominate, getting 8 goals in 5 games as opposed to 4 goals for Sanchez. 4 assists for Aguero as opposed to only 1 for Sanchez. As I explained plenty of times, that high defensive work rate on Alexis Sanchez really does screw him up. It's just not... You know, you don't realise how much it ruins a striker. You know, they drop so far deep and they never get involved in the play. Especially when you're playing 2 strikers up front, you really don't need a striker that's going to do that. Imagine if you were playing with Sanchez on his own up front, and he was dropping that far deep, you would have real problems. So Aguero, much the better striker. You can see he got a much higher average rating, and is going to take the win on this FIFA battle, giving him an 8 out of 10. You know, pretty good. You know, there's some areas where Aguero lacked. You know, he didn't really get involved in building up the play, but in terms of his finishing and his pace and his hold-up play, he was phenomenal. And Sanchez was really disappointing. Yeah, again, that's the third input, or the third version of Sanchez. We used the left wing, the 88 striker, and I think we did the 89 striker. Every time Sanchez is lost, he just really, that high defensive work rate really just does not help him in this game, and it unfortunately gives him the loss. But as you can see, you can vote in the comments which one you want to see in the next episode of FIFA Battle. You can vote A or B. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you are enjoying this, the FIFA battles. Make sure you subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. And that's all today, guys. Have an awesome day. I'm out.